Hello and welcome back to my aquarium. You can see in the bottom right, or at least I think you could probably see, I'm getting a bunch of Steve achievements. That's because they just did put another patch through yesterday that actually synced a bunch of Steam achievements. They said they can only make 100 right now, so we're going to be seeing those pop up for a second here. At the beginning of the episode, can't quite buy the Paladin yet, bummed out. We need one more blue dude of Isle Soulstone. And then the other unfortunate thing is at the end of last episode, we actually got to level 12 prestige here with the Pyromancer, but we couldn't get the next thing because we need some gold. So our goal today is to get some gold. So how do we want to do that is the question that we need to answer. And I mean, should we go back to Barbarian? I have not played him since we first started the game. My other thought though, he is the lowest level. We'll pick Barbarian. What does he have? Slam, Electric, Chaos. I haven't really done a big Chaos build. Maybe we'll go for that. Now, gold is the material right here. Yep, from the Whispering Grove. And what do we got here? Reduce healing. Okay, so these are the same curses as last time. Okay. In that case, I will take all those, and we'll get some extra soul stones while we are at it. And we'll just go ahead and hop into it here. Actually, let me get a little more comfy really quick. You know, it's getting to those months where it's actually getting a little cooler outside. Of course, I live in Florida, so cooler for me is like, you know, it's 60 outside right now, I think, which is like, I don't want it any colder than that. It gets any colder than that, and I start losing my marbles. So, you know, I'm happy with that weather, especially in the daytime. Perfect day for me, like 65 to 70 degrees. With the sun shining, just no clouds in the sky, like, oh, that is a perfect day. Because it keeps it warm, but at the same time, you get that cool air, and it's just, that's a perfect day to me. But, you know, it's just, you gotta love that time of the month. Time of the year, I should say. Fall is just like the perfect time of the year. To me, at least. I don't know how you could have a different favorite season. Plus, it's just like, you get to do all the great stuff in the cold, right? You can go out and just do things in the fall when it's not too cold yet, that you can't necessarily do every day in the winter because sometimes it gets too cold and you just don't want to even be outside. But those days can be good for, like, you know, snuggling up inside or whatever, getting all cuddled up, whatever it may be. But I don't know. I think fall is just perfect for a lot of things. Hot cocoa is like one of my favorite things in the world, and you just demolish that in the fall and the winter, to be fair. And I'm not really... See, here's the thing. Every time it gets to this holiday season, people just like, oh, I love Christmas. Christmas is my favorite holiday. I'm sorry. If Christmas is your favorite holiday, you are such a basic bitch. And I say that, well, I'd say that with respect. Come on. Christmas is your favorite holiday? I don't know, man. Maybe when I was like 10, even then, I didn't really care too much for it. But at least I got cool stuff then. Not that I don't get gifts anymore, but like, now you gotta give gifts too when you're an adult. And I think there's one thing I've realized is I'm actually a pretty good gift giver, because I can be quite thoughtful and get some people good gifts. Let's actually do our levels here really quick. I'd like to apply some poison, please. Shockwave. Hitting the ground, causing a shockwave in a line in front of you, causing 312 damage and applying hemorrhage. Hemorrhage deals 375 damage over 10 seconds, so it's a bleed, essentially. For every meter the target moves, there's a 40% chance the target will take an extra damage. Oh. So it's bleed, but if they move farther... Huh, then they take an extra little tick of the hemorrhage there. Increase your critical damage? Sure, let's go for that. Multicast? Honestly, I'm going to get some block here early. And I could go for golems. What is this? This is slam, area, frontal. Is there any other slam attacks here? This one is slam, and I do like thunderclap. So let's thunderclap those cheeks again. I know I'm going to make that joke every time I get that ability, but like, how can I not? It's just the perfect way to put it. But yeah, I don't know. Christmas, it's a fine holiday. I actually like Thanksgiving. It's one of my favorite holidays. Family will come in town that you don't always get to see. You just kind of hang out and chill and have a nice little feast. And that's just like, that's fun to me. You know, I really enjoy that. Easter used to be my favorite holiday. Not as much anymore as I've grown up, but I always liked waking up on Easter morning. You find where your, well, my mom would hide like the Easter basket, and then you just tear into that thing. You'd get some candy and toys, whatever else was in there, and I always liked that. But I always liked dyeing the Easter eggs too throughout the day, And then we do an Easter egg hunt, like that one, the yard or whatever, where you go and you find all the eggs that you died earlier that day. It was just like, you know, that was perfect stuff to me. I'm actually going to run around and get these mats, all this gold that should be lying around, because, hey, that's the reason we're here, so we can actually get that gold and get... Screw you, elite. I want to kill these elites, too, over here. Get the, whatchamacallit? Ooh, guy dodged that good. Second spear unlocked for the pyromancer there. Or staff, I should say, excuse me. Gotta kill the big boy here. We're just gonna make that our main priority. Do you ever just get like a song stuck in your head? I mean, I think everyone does, but I got a song stuck in my head right now. And I'm just like, ooh. Oh, okay, so you do get iframes on that, don't you? That's something I never quite figured out completely, is do you get iframes on a dash? And I think after that, I'm like, yes. Area modifier of Whirlwind or Thunderclap. I will take Thunderclap. I will definitely take this, because it's a rare one. Okay, these are a bunch of new ones, honestly. Shockwave Totem. Summon a ground-shaking totem at your position for 20 seconds, where it continually fires shockwaves at the nearest enemy. So this is more hemorrhage. Here's more hemorrhage. Subdue. A powerful strike in the direction you are aiming at, dealing 62 damage and an extra 13 damage per stack of bleed or hemorrhage, which is really good because we already have one way to apply hemorrhage. Increase all damage, which fragility would be very good too. Let's go ahead and grab that. I would love to get a shrapnel bomb too, actually, so we can have at least a little bit of range. And then let's do armor. And here we go. Multicast for everything with frontal, which is 3 of our abilities, so I will take that. That's multicast by 36%. And one more thing here, and I will go Bloodlust. I think I have to, because Bloodlust is just so darn good. And then Doom. I will always take Doom. I think it's almost too good not to take, honestly. Hey, you big poison boy. You want some of this? I'm just trying to take him out as quickly as I can, obviously. I do want to finish a run in under 15 minutes here at some point. I need to go through the maps and make sure I do that, get a bunch of sub 15 runs. But I'm fine if that takes a little bit, so I can actually, like, you know, get a bunch of meta progression done first. You know, maybe get some second weapons, like the second staff for the pyromancer, and then go and do all that stuff. I'm fine if I have to take a little bit of time before I can go ahead and do that. That's completely chill with me. Hello, I almost got stuck there. Gotta be careful, you can get body blocked pretty easily sometimes in this game. That's one thing to be very careful of. Alright, I'm just gonna keep dusting these guys off. Take them out. If I could get a lot of multicast on the Shockwave, especially, I think that would be very, very good, and something I would definitely look for. Honestly, one thing this game is missing with its abilities, something that a lot of other Bullet Heavens, excuse me, have, is that a lot of abilities in other Bullet Heavens can evolve. And there's no evolving abilities in this one, as far as I've seen. So far, at least. It's just like, yeah, they get really good, and you get passes for them, and you upgrade their cast frequency, and their multicast chance, and their area modifiers, and that's all great. But usually, you can get actual evolutions for the weapons as well, and those change, you know, how they function at more of a fundamental level, and actually give them some more uniquity as you get later on, and you might combine them with other passives to actually get those evolutions, or combine them with other abilities themselves, you know? I want to use my levels here. I really want some movement speed if I could get it. We'll do cast frequency. This is explosive trap, which I think is pretty good. Random enemy here. I'm gonna take Shadow Bolt. That's our final thing there. Whirlwind, I will take that. Cast frequency, just base, yes, I'll take that for sure. Stomp. You stomp the ground, causing 500 damage and applying fragility and stun to all enemies around you. I don't even know what I would replace with that. I could replace Shadow Bolt, to be fair. Yeah. Honestly, screw it. I'm going to do that. And then multicast with everything for the area, and that's 4 of our things. Yes, please. I will take some more cast frequency, and I'm going to chill on our abilities for now. Multicast for anything with slam, which is those 3. We will definitely take that. Take some of that. I'll take some AoE, and then I will take Whirlwind for sure. And that is what I was looking for, some movement speed. I feel way better now. Once I get that first, like, 30% extra movement speed, I start feeling way more confident. On a run, I already feel way better. How much gold is that? That was like 25 from that one, or is that 25 overall? because I need a good amount of gold, don't I? I don't remember exactly how much I'm trying to get here, but I'm trying to get as much as I can, obviously. We'll look around for that. Now here's one thing. On other runs, I've been able to aim. Like I could aim towards this health crystal, and I had abilities that would cross map, so even if I wasn't next to them, I could be next to a boss or something, take some damage, and still get the health crystals broken and still get the health from them. With this run, I have to actually be pretty close to break them, so I'm not going to be able to do that and get that health from really far away. That's one thing that I noticed could be a bit of a downfall in this, but at the same time, we're going to have really, really good damage on enemies really close to us, which means I should be able to just smack down bosses really fast, which is something that I'm looking to do, obviously, because I want to just kill the bosses really quick and see if we can get a sub 15. I don't think we can. I think I do need to get stronger and really focus it more on speedrunning as fast as I can. Hey, some rubies. But you never know. If we like start spiraling out of control and get really, really, really strong, then that is something that could happen. So we'll see. Hey, speaking of bosses, get out of that really quick. This is why I like having movement speed, so I could actually dodge that. Not taking damage yet. This is good. Dodge out of that really quick. I dodge aggressively sometimes too, like I dodged into her there. I did take some damage there, unfortunately, but it's okay. This is why we left healing crystals around. Hello. This is the other thing that I am a little worried about, is there is already the explosive boys, which I don't think is too much of an issue. The only issue with that is, well, I don't have ranged abilities for the most part, so killing them before they can get to me is a little more dangerous. 3 abilities here with extra damage modifier by 40%, that's huge. It's going to be a big power boost for us. Max health I will take. I always think max health is very smart to grab. Critical damage, sure. What is that? That's Whirlwind, sure. Bloodlust, yes, please. Buffing Bloodlust I think is always just a very, very good idea. This does lose us 10% movement speed, and I'm not willing to part with that. I'd rather take area modifiers. Subdue, damage modifier. Yeah, subdue is which one again? In the direction you are aiming. Right. That's the one that gives them hemorrhoids. Okay, and then increase the damage modifier of the thunderclap. Oop. I had my hand off the keyboard for a second. Ooh, I broke that health crystal on accident like a dum-dum. I'm going to run around just a little bit looking for gold, but not too much. I want to kill this elite, obviously, and wow. He is getting blown up. If I could get another dash charge, that'd be great too, but I'm pretty sure the only character, at least that I've seen so far, that has the ability to get more dash charges, like the passive that they can pick up, is the Sentinel. And I'm sure there are other characters that are kind of built more around movement speed and whatnot that can get that as well, but so far I have only seen that on the Sentinel. So I'm pretty sure we cannot get that on this character. One way to fight off these explodey boys would be to just get our Whirlwind Slash, you know, our basic ability here, which is casting literally about every 0.75 seconds, it seems like right now. And get the area modifier on that really, really high. Obviously, okay, I think it was casting a little more. Yeah, look how much it casts when Bloodlust is procced right there. It just goes off. So that can help us take those guys out before they can even get to us. If it's casting that fast, then obviously they can't even run up to us, and then just keep my eyes on the screen best I can. It's going to be our best course of action there. Like, see, I screwed up right there. That was my fault. Did not see the little sucker coming in. How much gold are we at here? But see, when it's casting so fast like that, it's very good for me. I'm trying not to run too far from this XP either. I can pick the XP up, get it all magnetized to me once I kill the boss, but at the same time, it's like, if I want to get to a 15-minute run here, which I'm pretty sure is already out of the question, then, you know, I think you kind of need to stay in one area and just farm. Spend levels very, very fast. Probably a good idea to spend every 5 banked up levels, to be honest, at a time, just so you can get power spike, instead of kind of saving like I do. But I don't know. I just like doing like 10 levels at once because it just makes it to where I don't have to sit there for as long. Yeah, I gotta be careful when these elites spawn and just kind of stick them down, because I can't really run around and do, you know, kill them from an area, kill them from far away, because I don't have that distance with this build. Hello, big boy. See, like right here, I am right in the middle of a lot of people, so I gotta be very careful when I come out of this. Every time you apply a stack of Doom, there's a 50% chance of applying Daze as well. Yeah, I will do that. How much chance do we have to apply Doom? Any? I know I got some, didn't? Oh, maybe I thought I did, but I don't see it down there. I'm not gonna keep looking. Max health, yes, please. There's a chance to apply Doom, so that's awesome. I could take Void and really stack with that, but I don't think I'm not going to. And the multicast of Thunderclap is huge. There we go. Make sure we're moving. Oh, is that a new attack? It's like a little ice laser chasing us? I feel like I've never seen that before. Huh. Maybe a new attack, but maybe I've just never been graced by its presence. Alright, let's go ahead and grab that. I'm getting banged up here just a tiny bit. Not too bad. Honestly, I'm going to go ahead and run around, look for some gold. And, yeah, we'll hit this gold while we're on the way up to the HP crystal up here. Oh my god, there's so much gold. Let's go. That's exactly what I need. Make sure we're aiming behind us so we can kind of hit them with some shockwaves and stuff as we run up here. Hello. Okay, got that dodge off. Yeah, if I could even just get a passive, I wish that just made my dash cooldown shorter, then I wouldn't even need a second dash. That is one little thing where it's like, I feel like that should be something every character can get, but maybe that would make every character too easy. If they could all get that, but I don't know. You let me know. What are your thoughts on that? Should every character be able to have access to lower dash cooldowns within a passive, or at least a passive that gives them one extra cooldown, or is that something that should be exclusive to a character such as the Sentinel? I think it's fine if it is just exclusive to something like the Sentinel, but I would very much like it right now, so I don't know. Yeah, I don't really need any spider bites. No, thank you very much, though. So I didn't have anything to watch lately. I've been like looking for stuff to watch on Netflix or whatever. There's some stuff I'm waiting for to come out. But I was sitting here, and when I was younger, my family used to always watch Big Brother, and I'm pretty sure my sisters and like mom still do. But it's something that I haven't kept up with over the years, but I did always enjoy it. And so I was like, you know what? I took a look at Paramount Plus, because it's like one of the accounts our family has. And I was like, I never really look at this. Like, what do they even have to stream on here? And they had Big Brother on there, like 24 seasons, something like that. And it started in 2000. And I was like, you know what, screw it. Let's start this, and maybe I'll end up enjoying it enough to where I'll just like watch all these seasons, and that'll give me something to watch for a really long time. So I started it, and I gotta say, it is so funny seeing all the stuff from the 2000s, mostly like the fashion and the old technology. Because it'll be like this girl, and she's like, it was the .com boom, you know, back then. That's what was happening. It was, okay, all these websites are popping up right now. And of course, you know, one of the big sponsors of Big Brother back then was AOL, right? It was, you can go to the website and you can actually see what's happening live in the house on Big Brother, you know, AOL website. And so that's one of their big sponsors. But she's like, you know, I work in Seattle at a .com business. And I'm just cracking up because she's like, you know, I have a very tech-focused job. Sometimes I send anywhere from 75 to 100 emails a day. And I'm like, wow. People nowadays probably send 3 times that in a high-tech job, at least 3 times that. It's just so funny to me. Not to mention any text they send, any calls they have to do, any video calls they have to do. Like, imagine just emails being as high-tech as a job was back then, and people still being like, whoa. And then, of course, they show the computers, and they're like these big old boxes that it just cracks me up. But then beyond that, it's just like, the camera quality honestly wasn't that bad. But it's the outfits for me that just crack me up. I'm like, dude, what is your hairstyle? What are these clothes? What were you people thinking? Like, come on. But back then, you know, that was the fashion, just like the fashion is whatever it is right now. And then if you go back and you look 22 years from now, it's gonna look pretty goofy. But it's also just funny seeing the host who, like, has barely aged a day. Like, she is one of the Julie Chen. She just, like, doesn't age. I was like, damn, she's got the good genes. I don't know. They picked a good host there, but there's also this like second host guy named Ian something, and I'm like, who is this son of a bitch? Because he's not a host anymore. It's just Julie nowadays. And so I'm like, oh, I wonder if there was some good tea back then of why this guy isn't hosting anymore. Like, did he do something so they had to get rid of him, or did they decide, like, did he quit? Did they decide they only needed one host and that was just as simple as that, or what's the deal? I don't know, because clearly she's like the main host, but he kind of just like shows stuff off sometimes. I'll see how involved he is in future episodes, even in season 1 here, but it's been funny to watch it and just look back at the past. But of course, you know, that started less than a year, 7 months. I was like 7 months old when that show started, so I don't remember those early seasons. But it'll be interesting when I start getting to seasons that I do remember watching when I was younger, probably around like 2005 to 10-ish areas. I'm going to start being like, oh, I remember this person, I remember this season, whatever it may be. Probably not in depth. I don't think I really remember too many of the winners. I think I remember a few, but nothing crazy. I'm going to spin our levels really quick. Sure, block power sounds good. No, thank you. Swing damage modifier. That's huge. More doom, because that goes with our days or whatever it was. Yeah, just give me straight up damage modifier. No, thank you. I will take max health again. Area modifier for 4 of these. Yes, please. Uncommon power for subdue. Cast frequency, very good. Last skill point here, and increase the damage modifier of Shockwave. Yep. Very much so something I would like to have. So yeah, I'm going to try not to hit that health crystal if I can really quick. Just some really funny stuff. Definitely recommend going back and like taking a look if it's ever a show that you were interested in or watched maybe when you were younger and stopped, and you want to go back and have just a funny something to laugh at a little bit, but also enjoyable, because it's kind of the thing, right, is no matter how old this stuff is, there's going to be relatable humans, you know, because it's just like you can relate to people, you can feel empathy or whatever for them and think jokes are funny, as long as it's not just like all, you know, jokes based on the time, like this is what was popular then. If it's just like a dad joke, it's like, okay, that's still funny to this day to me, because I think dad jokes are funny, but some people do not. But we'll see. We'll see how it turns out. I'll keep you posted in future recordings, but that is how I've been spending my day. I'm gonna do a dash here, and then I'm gonna dash again, and I'm gonna dash again, and now I'm taking a lot of damage that I did not want to take, obviously. He's taking more damage. Oh, that was it. I didn't know that was it. Yeah, see, like, that was a longer time. I guess my question is, did I get enough? Well, I got one more blue, which I think is all we needed for the Paladin. What did so much damage there? The Whirlwind, actually. No, the Shockwave. The Shockwave fragged out. Yeah, I'm not surprised. It looked like it was pogging off pretty hard, and I'm sure the hemorrhaging did a lot of damage. So let's go to characters first. Finally unlock the Paladin here. So we'll use him next time. He has Blades of Light. You slash forward 2 times, causing a total of 180 damage and applying Dazed. It increases the chance to receive critical strikes by 4%. So he has Arcane, Fire, Electric, Holy Swing, Thrust, Slam. Okay. Alright, well, we'll check out what he has next time. But we can go to the blacksmith. Sir? Thank you. And actually build this for 10k here. So let's go ahead and do that. And then we can select that. Okay. So now we have this. We have the second wand here, or staff, excuse me, which gives us some extra movement speed and area modifier, but we lose some damage and some critical damage. And this is always a little constant fire field around us. We are going to check out Paladin next time, but the run after that, if we don't have any new characters or anything unlocked, we'll go ahead and break down the second weapon here for the Pyromancer. I'll probably just do my leveling off camera or something, but thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, do leave me a like, comment, subscribe, or hit that notification bell so you can see more in the future. I'd really appreciate all of that, but that is all for me today, so as always, have a great day.